Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into season seven of the Collegiate Conference Series. We're here in week one still with the non-conference games, and joining me tonight, I got my boy Pink here. How is it going?
It's going well. Yesterday was a lot of fun, and I'm glad to be back on the cast tonight. I'm looking forward to what games we have ahead of us.
Yeah, I thankfully had the fortune of casting that Arizona-Florida game on my own personal channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Sleeper56. I will be bringing you through the start of this night, this wonderful night that we have going on. But that was a very great matchup. Both of those teams competing really well against each other, but Florida just a little bit too much of a powerhouse last night, ended up sweeping Arizona.
Yeah, and I got to watch Idaho State take on Central Michigan, and that one went to Game 5 overtime. It was a heater all the way through. There was a bit of a sub-action going on. Got to see a four-man roster on the side of Idaho State, but all in all, very entertaining series, and it's a strong start to the season.
Yeah, we got a wonderful slate of series ahead of us tonight. Starting us off, we got Mizzou taking on Virginia Tech. That is going to be the match that we are going to be starting with tonight. And then after that, we got Virginia Tech playing once again, taking on Ball State, their B squad roster. And then we got Indiana Esports taking on UTK. Followed by that, we have Old Dominion taking on Western Kentucky. And then to cap off the night, we have CSUN taking on Cleveland State. And these are all pretty good rosters. I'd say these are very great matchups between the whole entire night here, Pink.
Yeah, it's going to be a really enjoyable one all the way through. I'm particularly excited for the ones that we're going to cover tonight. I haven't been able to see Ball State in a while, and I've heard there's a bit of changes up with this Ball State roster that we're going to be able to see tonight, and I'm excited to see what the new faces bring.
Yeah, but I mean, starting us off, we got Virginia Tech versus Mizzou. Both of these teams, I mean, very good in their respective conferences. The last time they played, which was the season 5, which was the spring season this past year of school. Both teams opted out of the summer season to just take some time to themselves. But Mizzou, they went all the way down to the semifinals in champs of season 5. And then Virginia Tech, they ended up bowing out in the round of 32, losing to Akron Gold. So, I mean,
understandable.
it's
Yeah,
tough
understandable.
to go out that early, but funny, both of these teams actually did lose to Akron Gold in their bracket runs. So, I mean, both of them know what it's like to lose to the best team in CCS. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate one for them, but I think that's going to mean that we're going to have a good matchup, maybe close in skill here. It is out of conference matchups, I think, all of week one. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We got a little bit of SEC versus, I believe, oh my gosh, hold on, ACC action going on here first. So it'll be cool.
Yeah, but it looks like we got both of these teams in here now. We got, obviously, Crims, Bubs, and Frostbite on the side of Mizzou, and then we got Silent, Blazer, and Aciduck on the side of Virginia Tech. If I'm saying that wrong, make sure to let me know, but I believe that's how it's pronounced. But we got both these teams in here. We're ready to kick off the night. Pink, I'm excited. How about you?
Oh, I am hyped and ready to go. I don't know. I just want to get this match underway right away. It's going to be a great season of CCS, and I think this is going to be a great first game to get us into things as we go right to kickoff.
Yes, CCS Season 7 for both of these teams kicking off here on this beautiful Wednesday night we have going on. Mizzou looking to start strong here, right on the offensive footing. Virginia Tech won't go down quite that easily, though, right away. Able to stave off the initial Mizzou attack.
It's Frostbite up early, but Silent immediately shutting him down. Silent still going down the offensive half, but a big mistouch. Aciduck in a 1v1 against Bubs. He gets around one. It's maybe a play into the middle, but no. There's Aciduck making a good, strong defensive play off that sidewall. Now it's Blazer looking for the double read, but a last-second effort from Bubs takes that one away.
Yeah, great touch from Bubs there. Was just a little ahead of the ball there compared to his net, but thankfully was able to redirect it, and Frostbite, an amazing goal line save, having to expend every single boost resource in his tank in order to get up to that one just in time to keep that out. And Mizzou's defense, they're holding firm so far here in this first game.
Yeah, it's been flashy so far. Both of these teams bringing the heat, bringing the mechanics. The defense so far, though, the biggest winner Crims going for a demo here. Silent now. Carry it past 2. Looking for a favorable 50. Can't find it. Crims trying to find Frostbite in the midfield. A little bit of miscommunication, but it's Bubs who comes through. It's Aciduck with no boost. And it's goal in the back of the net. It's Mizzou up early.
Like you said there, Pink, Aciduck just left in his net, no boost in the tank. The attack from Mizzou just mounting, and it was a great shot there to put it into the back of the net. Able to get the first goal here in this series is Bubs and the Missouri Tigers. But, I mean, that's just kind of what you come to expect from them. They've been such a powerhouse team in all of CRL, not just in CCS. And you kind of expect them to take control and kind of hold firm to that.
Yeah, they've been a very strong team in CCS, and they showed that in Season 5, and they're trying to show that dominance once again. Still only one goal separating these two teams. There's a lot of time left on the clock. Frostbite can make something happen by himself with reset in hand. Goes low, a little bit of musty action, but entirely smothered by Aciduck. Good defense from him.
Yeah, still though, Mizzou continuing to be on the attack on this blue half of the pitch. Virginia Tech having to try and work out of their own half. Not really getting a lot of time on the offensive side of the ball. That's an open net for Crims. Just bangs it off of the bottom corner though and out. Now Frostbite's trying to try and set it up again to get that 2-goal lead, but not able to get through the Virginia defense this time around. Now Crims off the backboard, pinches it high, but Blazer's going to be there first. Trying to move it down the field now for the Hokies. Not going to be happening though. Now Aciduck has a hand on the ball. Silent there on the recovery. Trying to get it upfield once again. Blazer in the corner, taking some control. Gets it past 2. Pass center to Silent. Shot bottom right corner, just wide of the net. Mizzou catch a massive break there on the defensive end.
Looked like finally Virginia Tech was going to get their opportunity. They've been defending for so long. That shot just a little bit wide. I think 2 opportunities gone by the wayside, but this one will not be missed. It's Crims with a huge challenge. This one just pinches its way into the back of the net.
Aciduck trying to get a catch there, but Crims fast on the attack, taking it right off of his car. Nobody else back for Virginia Tech. Crims is able to take a huge leap there at the ball with all of his teammates behind him. And comes away with a goal from it, so it's now a 2-goal lead here for the side of Mizzou. Minute 45 left on the clock. Virginia, they've had a couple of good looks here, but they haven't been able to break down the defense for Missouri quite yet. And there's Crims once again. A little pinch off of the backboard. And we'll go into the net. Pinch off the defender's car, I should say, into the back of the net.
Yeah, Aciduck tried to throw himself, get in the way of that challenge, but no defender back able to stop him once that challenge come off the top of his roof. So looks like Mizzou really in the driver's seat here. Not a lot of time left now. And I would say so far this Virginia Tech offense falling a little flat.
Yeah, they've had, I mean, like you said earlier, they've had a couple good looks, but not able to break down the defense, and Mizzou have kind of capitalized on that, understanding that nothing too dangerous is coming their way and taking these quality chances to attack the ball and force it back down the field like they're doing here. Crims challenge with Aciduck goes in favor of Virginia. Now they're trying to set it up again, but too slow to the ball as Frostbite is able to get a hand up and get it past that midfield line. Blazer trying to set up Silent, gets the touch around Bubs. Crims on the backboard to help his team out though. Now able to try and push it through the corner. Aciduck was there to try and continue offense here for Virginia, but it will not be going through.
Crims up early, plays it in the corner. He's got Bubs in the middle. He leaves it for Frostbite. Another shot coming through. Aciduck. First one to it. Good save from him. But Crims keeping this pressure on. All they really need to do at this point, waste some time. It's a 3-goal lead. It's not like much can happen, but maybe this shot from Blazer will cause a little bit of trouble. Crims handles it very, very well, and just gonna take this nice play over to Frostbite. No touch there. Demo comes through. Silent, the only one back. It does when he needs to. At least keep this game respectable, but regardless, it is going to be Virginia Tech who fall in this game number 1. It's Mizzou with a 1-0 lead.
3-0 in game number 1 here for the side of Mizzou. Starting off their season in season 7 on the right foot. 3 goals, 2 for Crims, 1 for Bubs. A lot of shots on the back of the net also. Virginia, we're starting to get the hang of it by the end of the match, but it was too little too late as that Mizzou defense did not let anything through. 4 saves off of 5 shots from Virginia Tech, so only 1 shot that was unaccounted for, which was the one that went just wide of the net.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I want to take back what I said earlier. I don't think it's Virginia Tech's offense that's falling flat. It's the fact that Mizzou's offense is so dominant. They're just holding possession incredibly well. Each one of these players is able to do so much on the ball, and it's causing a lot of problems right now for Virginia Tech. I did see some adjustments in this last game. They're starting to pre-jump each other's passes a little more, try to bring up the speed, maybe. But still, we're looking for major improvements here in game 2. Keep this one competitive.
That's a good point to that thing because they were starting to get some team passing plays quite well and connecting on them quite often, but they just couldn't get it past that final third of the defense for Mizzou. Right? And that's really where it started to get bunched up and not able to push it past. So we'll have to see how they are able to adjust to that. But right now they got to play a little bit of defense here against Mizzou.
Asaduk, great touch. He's going to carry this one all the way down. Silent tried to follow up, but didn't really get the desired play he wanted. Frostbite now. Can just play this one towards a teammate. Finds Crims on the sidewall, but Crims left with no boost. He's going to have to let this one go. Bub's good challenge in the middle. It's Asaduk trying to find the read. He plays it low, but nobody there for him.
Defense here for Virginia. They got to be clinical here. Crims challenge with Silent. Still in the blue half. Blazer is able to be there first. Push it past the midfield line. Asaduk beating Crims to that ball. He was in an awkward spot. Now it's falling back into the hands of Blazer. Popping it high up there. Frostbite's there. Can't get a hand up. It's dangerous, but Bubs is able to get that away. Now looking to transition it into offense here. Asaduk puts a stop to it on his back line. Able to push it back into that orange half.
Nice pacey end-to-end play, a little bit of a threatening counterattack. Didn't really amount to anything. Still, pressure is continuing to mount here. And this one might be a nice opportunity for Crims. He plays it up high, but Asaduk has been so fast so far. I think he's kind of my highlight player right now for Virginia Tech. He's been everywhere on both sides of the ball.
And reading that ball beautifully as well, understanding where Crims wanted to go with that and putting a stop to it before it can get any closer. That's a challenge there that will go wide. Blazer just has to try and bomb it out as much as possible. Silence there ahead of Frostbite. Now Blazer, that one's going to look towards the net. Bubs not going to let it become anything dangerous though. Now challenge with Asaduk. Goes flinging into that sidewall. Blazer's going to be the first one there. Can't work through the corner around Bubs. Now Mizzou will try and turn this into some offense. Challenge there goes into the hands of Blazer first. Puts it right back in the orange half. Silent is there, but can't get a hand up on the ball to force it through to the net. Now Asaduk taking it slowly here, trying to work around the defense. Does get it around a couple, but Frostbite will be there to clear it out. Now Blazer just trying to keep that one in the midfield. Not allow Mizzou to continue to compound on the offensive attack here. And both these teams' defensive thirds are holding up very strongly here against these counterattack plays that are going on.
Yeah, they are indeed, but the big shift in this game is how much time Virginia Tech is getting in the offensive half. They're really able to put the pressure on Mizzou right now. Just a matter of time, I feel, until they find that goal that'll finally break the deadlock. They haven't scored yet in this series. I don't think they want to move into game 3 facing reverse sweep without getting a goal on the board.
At the very least, though, they have kept Mizzou from scoring here in game number 2 as well. Minute 30 left on the clock. It seems like whoever's going to be able to score is going to be the only one to score here in this second game. Unforbidden Temple, Asaduk slowing it down, working around Bubs, has Blazer off the backboard, over to Asaduk, but he can't catch up to the ball. Silence there, but Bubs, the backboard defense from him, too strong. Now Silent trying to demo to disrupt the defensive play here from Mizzou. Not going to happen quite yet. Asaduk, again, Bubs getting involved in that play even after the demo, spawning right back in and causing disruption for this Virginia Tech offense.
Yeah, Mizzou is just doing everything perfectly right now on defense. They're holding it down. No double commits, nothing wrong, but again, they haven't had much time on the offensive half. It's night and day difference from this last game. Luckily for them, that defense is so good that it hasn't really seemed to matter. Now with 40 seconds left, we're still looking to break this deadlock. It's Crims into the middle of the field. He's met by Blazer. It's a good challenge. Versus Bubs will go all the way back into the corner. Over towards that sidewall, looking for Crims lying in wait. Into the corner. It's only Blazer there. Midfield battle really starting to turn into a stalemate. No team can really find possession. As I say that, it's a nice double read, and it's Crims coming through. Sneaks it in the left post. Finally, Virginia Tech get on the board. Just 17 seconds left.
Crims, great play there, just reading the ball, waiting for his chance to get involved in the play. Not going in too early. Like you said, Pink, 17 seconds left on the clock. Mizzou get the go-ahead goal and one for the road off of the kickoff. And now it's a 2-goal lead here for Mizzou with just a few seconds left to play, and it seems like game 2 might be all but over here for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. I said that Virginia Tech scored. They did not, and they're now down 2-0. That kickoff goal really just going to take all the wind out of their sails. And it still looks like Bub's trying to attack one more on. It's in for Crims. It's off the crossbar. A bump onto Silent, but Frostbite's like, I don't need to go here. We already got the game in hand. A little pinch for Blair. But it's Mizzou now up 2-0. And it's going to require a reverse sweep for Virginia Tech if they want to take this one.
Yeah, Mizzou, again, looking very strong. This time their defensive third showing out against Virginia Tech. I mean, Virginia, they looked a lot better this game, too, being able to force those opportunities onto the offensive half of the pitch. I mean, we see the field domination difference in the last game. It was about, I feel like I remember it being 56%, if not 60% on the side of Mizzou, but this time Virginia were able to turn it on its head. 5 shots again for them, but a lot more quality shots, I would say. Just unfortunately for them, the Mizzou defense is just holding way too strong here.
Yeah, they look unbeatable right now. It's been 10 scoreless minutes of Rocket League for Virginia Tech so far, and the Hokies really looking for a solution to this problem.
We'll have to see if they can solve that here in game number 3, their last chance, as Mizzou is up on match point, 2-0 in the series. And they're looking to start off on the attack right away here. First 15 seconds. That shot is going to be towards the net, but easily put to the corner for Virginia. Now Blazer trying to force it down the field. Silent's going to get involved in the play. Frostbite putting a stop to it in the corner. That one's lobbed towards the net. Bubs barely able to get back to the ball on that one.
Yeah, but whenever he's needed, he's always there. Bubs has just been an unrelenting defender right now. His backboard defense has been a joy to watch so far in this series, but he's been a thorn in the side of Virginia Tech. They just can't seem to get past him. Now it's Silent with an opportunity, plays it back for Blazer. Just to go high, that touch is a little bit wayward. Still he's able to get it to the sidewall and maybe look for a challenge on this back wall. Makes it awkward for Frostbite. He does extremely well. Find a good 50. And now it's going to be Mizzou on the attack.
Bubs, good control there. Takes it off the wall. Crims not able to get a touch on that ball. Put a shot on target. Force the defense to make an outstanding save. A little team pinch tried here from Virginia Tech. And, I mean, when you have yet to score in the series against Mizzou, why not try it out at least? But unfortunately does not go their way this time around. Mizzou still on the attack. Blazer finally able to push it upfield. Bubs up early on that challenge, though. Able to force it right back into the hands of the defense of Virginia Tech, forcing them to play clinical Rocket League. Now Bubs once again boost to work with great goal line save there from Blazer, bouncing it off the ground just enough to not let it have the momentum to find its way into the back of their net. Now Blazer upfield, quick transition. Silent can't keep up with the ball, and Crims is able to put it out and into the net, in fact. What a great play there from Crims.
Yeah, I was not expecting that whatsoever. Crims just got a long clear, and I think Asaduk's not ready for that to come off the ceiling. He had no boost to work with. Tried to reach and stretch to get that one wide, but it wasn't enough. So a little bit of over-aggression. Punished for Virginia Tech, and they are now once again down in the game.
3 minutes on the clock this time around. A little bit easier to come back from rather than 17 seconds on the clock, but it will still take a very precarious climb up the mountain to try and get that goal, because they have still yet to score in 2.5 games of Rocket League on this Mizzou defense, who have just been playing so beautifully on their own half of the pitch, not really letting anything go past them. And when it does, you end up with Crims or Bubs on that goal line making those saves, and I mean, even sometimes forcing it into their own net. As Mizzou, once again, able to keep this ball away for now, but Silent doesn't want that to happen any longer. Acid Duck with a chance, but it's right to Frostbite, who is waiting for it. Now Blazer above Frostbite. Only past him though, as Bubs was there. Now Crims in the corner, collects it beautifully and forces the transition here for the Tigers.
Big musty flick goes to the opposing corner. It's now Blazer on the ball, but nothing to work with. It's actually 2 going here for Virginia Tech. Luckily, Acid Duck gets a good play downfield. Just out of the reach of Silent, though. No redirection on towards net. Blazer does win that ball cleanly. Looking for a teammate, but unfortunately nobody's got boost. They got to play back. They got to play safe, because there's still 1 minute and 30 seconds left, and they're only down a goal. They can't afford another one to be put away. Good challenge by Crims, but it's still Silent trying to get this one into the Mizzou half. Just seems so impossible to find anyone here. Speed of Mizzou is unbeatable. The Tigers are flying, and they're going real fast right now.
That's for sure. Frostbite working in his own corner. Good challenge from him to keep that one away. Push it back into that deep blue third. Now Bubs collects it on his own half after a long clear. Looks to challenge the net of Virginia Tech here. Saved away by Blazer for the time being. Acid Duck forcing it upfield. Blazer into the corner. Nobody else to work with. Everybody getting demoed off of the pitch for him. Now Silent gets challenged by Crims. Can't catch up to that ball. Had no boost in the tank. Frostbite able to challenge that one. Keep it at the midfield line. Bubs on the attack. Still has his flip and gets a second goal here from Mizzou. How did he do that one? Got the flip reset so early. First touch, and then just uses his flip at the last second right in front of the defender and just jumps on top of the defender and gets his hopes up and tears it right down. 2-goal lead here for Mizzou.
Yeah, the speed, I don't know, the presence of mind to go for that play, that first touch was insane. And he knew he had the flip. He was obviously going for it. But as a defender, what can you expect? Bubs is going absolutely crazy right now. And unfortunately, only 15 seconds left for Virginia Tech to find a response. Might be a clean sweep here, a perfect sweep here for Mizzou. Played across, 6 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be Mizzou's ball all the way. Frostbite just going to guide this one into the corner. It's going to go down any second now. Blazer trying to keep it up, but yeah, they're not playing around. It's a perfect sweep here for Missouri. And they're just an absolute dominant performance all the way through.
That's for sure. I mean, we see it time and time again on the scoreline here. A little bit less field domination compared to Virginia Tech, only 47%, but they had the shots in their favor. They had all of the saves that they needed, whether it be credited for or just before it even got close to their net. When they needed to put a hand up and put a stop to the mounting Virginia Tech offense, they got it every step of the way. And like you said, Pink, I mean, I didn't even realize it until you said it out loud that it was a perfect sweep for Mizzou. And they will be very happy with that to start their CCS Season 7. But, I mean, for Ball State, you got to have a good mentality going into it, knowing that Virginia Tech just got perfect swept. But if you're the Hokies, you need to try and find a way to come back from this one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, 15 minutes of scoreless Rocket League is probably not the most motivating thing, but I'm just going to say it here. Virginia Tech didn't look that bad. I know the scoreline doesn't really help reflect that, but overall it was pretty close. Just like the final moments of these games just got away from them. Somehow, some way, Mizzou just found that crack in the armor, were able to punch their ticket to their Week 1 win. But I also think that was the expected result. This Mizzou roster is so good every single season, and they don't look like they're slowing down in Season 7 of CCS.
It's really hard to match up against Mizzou, one of the top dogs of CCS, you could say, in Week 1. So, like you said, they definitely still look really good, but it's just a tough luck of the draw in that Season 1 start. But We will be going to a quick break here while we transition the producers behind the scenes. So when we come back, we will have Ball State taking on Virginia Tech. So why don't you come right on back after we get the stream booted right back up? We'll see you in just a few minutes.